Hi, reading about different things in science and technology all the time, and listening to video and watching videos and listening to podcasts, and you that's the input. That's the input to your mind. The brain doesn't like just input. The brain doesn't that likes input and output. So if you want to learn something, if you want to deepen your knowledge of it, you need to output as well. So sometimes when I listen to something, when I read something, or I just try to make a video about it or write a little piece of short story or anything like that. This happened to me in 2016. I was reading about the latest in technology and things, and my head was full of these. So I wrote a short story, and the short story is here. It's called The Trip 12th of May 2037, A Trip to the Future. By now, I have an implant that links me directly to the cloud. I just think about my request and I get confirmation in my field of view through my contact lenses, or if I want to, I get a voice in my head confirming my request. This is through my direct auditory input. The clothes I'm wearing change color, texture, and temperature automatically if I set them to automatic climate control for optimum conditions. This morning, I felt like being in nature for a while. I thought about national parks I haven't visited and that I might like, and a video of Yellowstone National Park in America started playing in my contact lenses. I loved the nature displayed in front of me. I signaled it, and a card showed up in front of me with trip details and cost. The cost was 2,000 credits, and that included the flight, the assistant robot, the driver's car with sleeping facilities, and the food. The time to leave is in 2 hours. 2 hours later, I got a message that my driverless taxi is parked outside, patiently waiting to take me to the airport. I did not need to take anything with me. All my medicine was delivered through my nano devices that I inject once every 6 months, and I had 4 months reserve. All my info is in the cloud. My nano engineered clothes cater for my needs and transform to pajamas and different styles at the speed of thought. So I stepped out and mentally instructed my house robot to look after the house in my absence. I stepped into the car and mentally instructed it to leave. The trip to the airport took 20 minutes. Once I arrived at the airport, I saw directions to my plane in my contact lenses superimposed on the airport floor. The plane was huge and could accommodate 2,000 people and crossed the Atlantic from London to America in 60 minutes. It had a thin frame and was all made out of glass, or so it seemed. The departure time was half an hour, and all the spacious entrances to the glass plane were wide open, and everyone was getting in quietly. A voice in my ear informed me that there is a flight to my destination every half an hour. I got onto the plane and sat in one of the spacious armchairs and started watching a documentary about Yellowstone National Park. An hour of pure delight was that flight. We were among the clouds. You could almost touch them through the transparent ceiling, and when the sky was clear, you felt a great feeling of freedom amongst all the blueness of the open sky. We soon arrived, and I could see Yellowstone under my feet through the glass that became transparent under my seat when I thought about it. The plane landed smoothly, and immediately I got a voice message that my driverless car with the assistant robot and camping equipment is waiting for me about 100 meters away. I got off the plane that came to rest in the middle of the comfortable lounge. I got off feeling great and excited with anticipation. I sat down in the lounge and instructed the cloud to put me in a meditative state, and I immediately felt relaxed and I started noticing my breathing that became calmer and calmer. I took 15 minutes fully enjoying the meditative state. Then thought about the car. Then I thought about the car. Then thought about the car waiting. I got an augmented map with red arrows. Immediately, I followed the arrows that took me to a sunny area where countless cars were parked. I approached mine and saw the robot sitting in the back seat. As soon as I came close to the car, the robot calmly and gently got out and introduced itself and said that he will make my vacation great. I got into the front part of the car and thought of the car departing. The car started moving immediately. A voice in my head asked me if I needed the robot to talk about Yellowstone. I declined and just sat there amazed at how things became so easy. We have been driving for a good 40 minutes when a voice in my head said that our holiday designated spot is reached. We got off the car, the robot and I instructed the robot to build the accommodation and I went for a walk. I came back to find the robot had built a small, lovely cabin that appeared made out of a material between wood and leather. I instructed the robot to serve me a drink. He proposed a glass of sparkling water. I accepted. The cloud knows what I like. Written and imagined by Isam El Busargini. Real date, the 9th of the 9th, 2016.